A chat with Glendora, a show for living right. A chat with Glendora makes your day so bright. Words of inspiration, jokes to make you smile. Come relax and chat with Glendora for a while.
Hi folks, the Apostle Paul said, conform not to the world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Everybody, this is a chat with Glendora, and my pal Stephanie is here with me. Hi, Steph.
Hi, Glendora.
What is our theme?
Our theme is when all is said and done, the only thing that really matters is how did you treat others.
That's right. And once you make an appointment with somebody, you don't go off and break it for no good reason. And our emphasis today is how to live, folks, until you are 97 years old, happy and healthy, and no hospitals. You're kidding me, Glendora. You don't go to any, no doctors. You don't have any doctors? No, Medicaid makes me have a doctor check me up over the TV, over the telephone once or twice a year. You don't have any doctors? How about pills? No pills. No pills and no bills, folks. In vegan. How to live until you are 97 years old. And Stephanie, do you have any jokes, or are we all out of jokes?
Let me see. I think we might be all out of jokes. Yeah.
There is a joke, folks, about the worm in the ground. He wiggled his head out of the ground, and 3 inches away he saw another worm, and he said to her, "You're beautiful, I love you, I want to marry you." And she says, "Oh, stop it, I'm your other end." Okay, Steph, do we have some guidance on how to live to 97 years old? Written out, what date? What is it?
All right, the first date I have is, let me get it up for you.
Is what?
Is June 1st.
Go ahead, honey.
All right. Let's see. Bible passage and hymn for this week's show.
Oh, you do have a Bible passage?
No, not for this week's. This was for last week.
Let's do last week's.
Okay.
Do not conform to evil, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind.
Yes. Would you like to do a hymn as well?
Yes.
The last one we did was...
I could do a new one.
Okay, do a new one then.
All right. Thank you. With God we go to spread the joy of life. We win each day the happiness of love. We count our blessings. We give thanks. We give joy. Stop the cruel. Stop the cruel. All righty. And then let's do our vocabulary word from last week.
Was aloha.
Aloha.
Yes, do you know what that means, Glendora?
I think you told me it meant love and affection and kindness, and it means a greeting, hello, and a farewell, goodbye.
Yes, exactly.
Do I get an A?
You get an A+.
Oh, thanks.
All right. So the next one we have is Glenn called self, got the recorder.
Go right ahead as fast as you can,
okay.
honey.
We'll help Suzanne and Patrick called. We'll help Glenn tomorrow between them and 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. All right. That's it for that one. For that page. All right. Buttered bread. Sandy, thank you. Sandy is here. Tomato soup. Baked beans on bread. Talk to a lawyer. I approve. Sandy took John to church. Thank you. Give them treasure. I am currently not calling them without me. Ambulatories. Water in. Emails in and out. Let's see. Suzanne and Patrick have not done the sit-downs. Dress and clean. 1:23 p.m. Ablutions. 9:45 purification. To sanctuary self. Dress. 8 a.m. Meriday. Sanctuary and order. How to live to be 97. Church. Oh, excuse me. Raspberries delectable. Sweep and swab. Sweep out knee hole and window area. Sandy left at 3:17 p.m. And that's that for that page.
Good, honey, could I show the folks what you're trying to struggle with up there?
Yes.
Now, folks, these are writings by a blind person, Glennie. And by folding the paper in little cubes, writing a line and then folding the paper over and then writing on the next cube, you can keep one line from mixing in with the other. And you come up with something that's almost legible. It's pretty difficult, isn't it, Steffi?
Yes.
It's difficult. But it's something, and maybe we can improve it later. But bear that in mind if you are blind. You can still write notes by doing that, by folding over the paper and writing in just 1 inch, and then going to the next inch and writing the next line. Steph, thank you for your patience.
Oh, of course. Thank you for all these wonderful notes. All right. The next one we have is June 1st still. All right. Whom all blessings flow. You sang Praise God, from whom all blessings go. Cheer up, Wayne. Let's see. Sandy. Him done. 4 p.m. done. Let's see. Water and count blessings. Thank you. John Blakeman called at 4:40 p.m. 4:22 p.m. Spoke 11 minutes. It was good. 4:11 p.m. Tried to feed birds at window. Do it. A challenge. And that's it. Oh, tell April Lynn about Stephanie in the library. Career started.
Oh, I'm so glad that Stephanie's career as a librarian has started.
Yes.
She's 35 years old. She wanted to be a librarian all her life. It just didn't go to work, but in 2 minutes, the Castleton Library has given her a position to volunteer at the farmer's market. The library's going to have a booth there. And tell them, Stephanie, what your hours are.
So it is 2:30 to 6:30.
When, dear? What days?
Mondays and Tuesdays.
In what months, honey?
From June until September.
Oh, that's such a good volunteer assignment, honey.
Yes.
Oh, that's so... Now, listen, Steph. When you said you wanted to be a librarian, did you mean you just wanted to be a worker in a librarian, or did you want to be a director of a library?
I think I'd just rather be a worker in the library.
You would be satisfied with that?
Yes. I like to be more hands-on.
I see. And is going to library school a must in your ambition?
Unfortunately, yes. So that's something that we're going to have to
Alrighty.
work out.
Well, Steph, with all of these associations you will make with the library in all those months we just mentioned, you're going to come across a way to get a scholarship.
Yes.
Oh,
That's a great way to look at it.
Oh, this is the greatest triumph, one of the greatest triumphs of the year 2025, dear.
I'm
Okay.
glad, yes.
That's big news.
Very.
In a little world.
Or Little World Big News.
Okay.
All right. Okay, the next one we have is one I cannot read because you wrote over it twice.
Oh, yes, I didn't know where I was.
Yeah, that's okay.
Just jump around.
We'll just jump to a different one. All right. Let's see. Wayne called, questioned something. Good visit on Thursday with Stephanie. 40 pure thoughts per
minute. Per hour.
Per hour. Whew, that'd be a lot of thoughts per minute.
Well, it's easy. Let me give you an example.
Yes.
1 for the rain. 2 for the rhododendron. 3 for the wild fox. 4 for the pink. 5 for the white. Do you see how quickly that adds up to 40?
Yes.
In an hour? An hour is a long time.
Yes.
And those are from the hours, everybody, from 5 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock at night.
Oh.
It's just an attention to how great and wonderful this world is.
Yes.
I would recommend it for you folks. 40 pure thoughts an hour.
Yes. All right. Stephanie's mother breathing problem emergency. 5 p.m.
But she's better now, folks.
She is better, yes.
Yes, they found out the trouble and she's breathing better.
Yes. Patricia tomorrow. Let's see. Stewart's Happy House Bank dentist joke. Then 5:26 p.m. And that's it for that page. Looking for another helper to replace Brittany and Susan Roberts. Let's see.
They're working on it, folks. They're trying to give me another community caregiver. The only one I have now is my dear Lisa McGee. Brittany stopped reading to me from the New York Times because she had a baby. And Susan Roberts moved out of the Albany area where she'd been a teacher for 33 years. She moved to Newburyport, Massachusetts to take care of her mother.
Oh.
So they're looking for a replacement for me.
Yes. All right. Sandy bought cake. 40 pure thoughts per hour again. Feed birds out window. Contacts. Eat. Water. Ambulatories. 4 or 5 done. Do 40. Let's see. How to live to be 97 years old.
You see, folks, it takes me 10 minutes to walk about 20 feet to go to the window to feed the birds their seeds and their peanuts and their bread. It takes me 10 minutes because of the blindness and because of the impediment on walking. But to have accomplished it and to do it every day, that is a joy and a thrill.
Yes. All right. Then we've got ask Sandy and Andrew to do compost.
They refuse to do it. They refuse to do compost. They refuse to feed the animals.
All right. There's that. And then the next page we have Pat left at 3:15 p.m. Hamburgers in oven. Hamburgers over oven. Advertiser done. Let's see. Corn on the cob. Let's see. Stephanie told somebody. Pat washing dishes. Happiness. No outside. 3:22 p.m. Good Deeds, U.S. Mail in and out, compost pail, think folder, Walmart order, 2 weeks today, happy happenings for May 31st. All right, and let's see what else we got. All right, we've got devotions to John Blakeman Recorder, Kirk Vincent Funeral Methodist.
John is 96 years old, and just the calling up a half an hour a day and being a friend with him has really helped him look forward to tomorrow.
Yes. Pat Nichols Cemetery, Folsom Farm, flowers and weeds behind. Let's see. That's it for that page. Then we've got, let's see, Crystal job at Stewart's, $17.50 an hour. All right. Sandy gave Glenn Wheaties yesterday. You need a new one for today.
A cashier at Aldi's, folks, gets $19.50 an hour.
Yes. Bible passage.
A teller at a bank gets $17. I'm surprised at that, aren't you, Steph?
I know. You'd think they'd get more.
Yeah. Anybody who works here for PPL for Chatwick Glendora gets $18.10.
Yes.
When you started out with Consumer Direct, which became PPL, how much were you paid an hour?
Let's see. When I started out, it was a couple of years ago. So it was, I think, 75 or something like that.
Interesting.
But because it was quite a few years ago I started now. So I want to say like 9 or 10 years almost.
Really?
Really. All right. Let's see. And the next one we have is Barber Lincoln. And Bible passage, be blameless. Feed the animals. Arrangements for the funeral. Sandy would be here for 3 hours. All right. Then we've got, oops, that's upside down.
What day are we on, dear?
The 30th.
The 30th?
Yes.
Are we going backwards?
I thought we were supposed to be going backwards.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right.
Okay.
So we're almost done, aren't we?
We're almost done. Yeah, we've got like one more page.
And Stephanie, when I was thanking people $40 an hour, I want to thank the world for you folks who support us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter X, and for you folks who support us all the way from Boston to San Diego on 78 Public Access TV station. I thank you for your friendship and your company. That's another one of those pure thoughts.
That's a very nice one, too.
Oh, thank you, dear Steph.
You're welcome. All right. We are telling jokes on open mic, attempt to organize cupboards, left bit of food, 547 list yesterday's happy happenings, and 6:26 p.m. back from no return, call Suzanne. Stephanie Stephanie did the mail. And that's it.
That's it.
Yes.
Well, Glendora, it's one thing to go backwards, but it's another thing to not know you're going backwards. Listen, Steph, it's okay.
Yeah, that was my fault. I'm sorry.
No, I don't think it was your fault at all, dear. How you can wade through that writing, but I still think it's a miracle that a blind person can write and communicate like that.
It is amazing.
Okay. Steph, I just want to tell the folks about tenants A and B. They got an eviction notice. They lived in that apartment for 7 years, and they got along very well. And then all of a sudden, the owner of the apartment, we'll say C, gave control of the apartments to his wife D. Wife D came in and was very obnoxious to the tenants, A and B, and the fight started. And so A and B discovered all kinds of wrong things that the owners were doing, and the battle began. And the owners, C and D, sent a paper to the tenants to evict them. Well, the names on the eviction paper were entirely wrong, and the papers were not handed personally to A and B, the tenants, which is in rank opposition to the New York State Real Property and Proceedings Law. However, they went to court anyway to prevent a default judgment, and it was a mess. They were in court for 2 hours, and then the judge, the issue was the owner wanted to come into the apartment to fix a leak. The tenant said there wasn't any leak, and they wouldn't let the owner into the apartment. And so in the court, the judge said, if you don't let the owner into the apartment, I will evict you. Well, Glendora wrote a note to the judge saying, what is your statutory authority? If the tenants don't let the owner into the apartment, what is your statutory authority to evict them? Well, then the judge wrote an order rescinding that. So remember that, you tenant. You do not have to let the owner into your apartment unless it's an extreme emergency. And this was not an extreme emergency. Well, then there came another hearing, and that was another 2 hours. And then came a trial. And that was another farce. That was the third farce. In the meantime, Glendora wrote a counter lawsuit with the owners as the defendants and the tenants as the plaintiffs, saying that the owners should pay the tenants $25,000 damages for violating the tenant's warranty of habitability. Well, A and B tenants never filed that lawsuit. Glendora sent A and B tenants $20 to file it, but A and B procrastinated. Then came the order, finally, to evict the tenants in July. July 17th, they would be put on the street. July 17th, they would be homeless. So Glendora told the tenants, A and B, file a notice of appeal. Appeal the order. A and B procrastinated. They never did it. Glendora asked them over and over. Now this about 9 weeks have gone by. And then Glendora said, file a notice of appeal and then file a motion to stay the court's order of eviction until the higher court, the Court of Appeals, made their decision. But A and B procrastinated. And after 9 weeks, 10 weeks of this, what more could I do? I said, I'm pulling out. As to what has happened since, folks, I don't know. And at this point, I would like to take a hiatus. Another step to this eviction process. And this is, you sue the judge in the Supreme Court of the United States. It's very easy. You write your caption, Supreme Court, United States of America, and you write your name versus, and the name of the judge, and the name of the clerk, who was not helpful, who didn't solve the problems for us, the name of the owner, the husband, the wife, and the son, they are and the trust. They are the four owners of the apartment. And the name of the lawyer. All of these people violated your warranty of habitability. And then you tell the Supreme Court of the United States that this is a civil right. And because this is a civil rights lawsuit, it can be brought directly to the Supreme Court of the United States. You do not have to go to the United States District Court. You do not have to start at the United States District Court. For instance, the one in Manhattan. For instance, the one in Boston. For instance, the one in Chicago. For instance, the one in San Francisco. You do not have to start at a United States Supreme Court. You do not have to start at a United States District Court because this is a civil rights case. And a civil rights case can go directly to the United States Supreme Court. And you tell them that you're writing this lawsuit, this complaint, you're writing it by hand because the Declaration of the Independence was written by hand, and you want your case to have the same charge, the same force as the Declaration of Independence. And you tell them that you're pro se, that you have a right to be pro se. In all the courts, you have a right to be pro se. That means you have a right to represent yourself. You do not have to have a lawyer. It's about time that the world realized that the courts really belong to the public. They do not belong to a fraternity of bankers, lawyers, and judges. The courts belong to the public. And you are the public. Grace and peace unto you.
A chat with Glendora, a show for living right. A chat with Glendora makes your day so bright. Words of inspiration, jokes to make you smile.